I hope you guys are doing very well and welcome on this new video from Extreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. This video will be now telling you about the trend lines strategy and why trend lines is the best way to trade Forex that you can ever find. I really found it difficult to explain it because somehow I feel like it requires more explanation, it requires more experience in this field, and it's not really easy to explain and especially to convince you about why this strategy could be one, if it is not the best strategy you can ever find to trade Forex. Now, we need to understand something. As I have explained before in the past about support and resistance. Support and resistance, these are a permanent level. So when we say that we have here a resistance, remember I'm on the daily chart. This resistance was very strong even in the past, in January 26, 2018, then again June 2018, still the resistance is strong, and even March 2019, and even here April 23rd, 2019, this level of the resistance is still strong. And if we go more to the past, we can see that this resistance was still a strong resistance even more in the past, 2017. Let's go more to the past. We can see it exactly here on the resistance on June 2016. So if we go more and more, let me go to the monthly chart to save your time. And not this one, I believe this is the one. So we can see it was a strong support level which has been broken out, and then it is now playing as a resistance level. Not only that, let's go to another chart, Euro USD for example, and remember I'm on the monthly chart, so we are talking now years back. And if we see what happened here, we have a resistance and another attempt of the resistance exactly on the same level. Remember guys, this was 1997. We're talking about 24 years ago, maybe 24 years, I'm not sure, but we're talking about really long time. And this resistance has been broken out by this breakout candle and became a support since 2004 all the way until 2012. It has been broken out, and again this resistance is again a resistance level in 2017. So we are talking about 20 years gap here. So what's the idea? The idea is these levels are permanent. Now I believe all of you agree on that the support and resistance levels are permanent. But the question, what about trend lines? That is very interesting. Are trend lines are permanent as well, or don't they? Let's try. I will draw a trend line from this high here all the way to this, let's make it on this here. Yes, exactly. So I draw a trend line from this high here to this lower high here. So let's see what happened. This was a trend line back in 1996, and again it was still a trend line on 2003. And even after the breakout here, the trend line kept the position as a resistance trend line early 2005. Then again 2009 or 10, this trend line has been broken out by this breakout candle, and now it is a support trend line. And even 2014 it has been broken out and kept the position as a resistance trend line from 2014 until end of 2016. And right now, today, to November coming soon, I mean this year, this level will be another support trend line, meaning as same as the support and the resistance, they are permanent, also the trend lines, they are permanent. So the thing here you need to understand, now this trend line, the very same trend line which I have drawn right in front of you, if you drag it, if you just take it and put it some other places, will it also be affect the same way it was affect on this high here? Let's see. I will move it now to this support here. Check it out. The same very support trend line has kept the position as another support trend line exactly on the same level without me changing anything at all. Let's move to somewhere else. I will now move it. I will put it here. Guys, I swear I did not check or practice this before recording. I'm doing it randomly because I know what I'm talking about. So I will move it now. I will put it on this lower low here, like that. Okay, like that. Let's see what happened. Again, the same level with the same trend line without changing anything. It was a support trend line 1997 and again 1998, and then what happened after the breakout? It became a support trend line in 2001 or early 2002. That is very interesting. Now let's move it somewhere else. I will move it, let's say, to this low here. Just move it, drag it without changing anything at all. Interesting. Look what happened. This support trend line after the breakout became or kept the position as a support trend line right here and even right here. Then we had this bearish breakout, and again now it is a resistance trend line, meaning the same trend line which I have taken from this point, no matter where I put it, which level I place it, it is actually still active. It is still accurate. If you even put it on this high, we can see how it was here a resistance trend line, and then here after the breakout it became a support trend line. It was not really respected on these levels. Let's be accurate on this level here, but here we have it as a support trend line, then a resistance trend line, and again here a support trend line, kept the position as a support trend line. Then lately 2016 it is still a resistance trend line. What I'm trying to tell you or explain to you, these trend lines, no matter how you draw them, they will remain the same forever, no matter how you place them. Let's play now another game. I will change the drawing or the way to draw the trend line from this high, and I will drag it all the way to this low here, to this lower high. So now we have this trend line, right? The same one now, move it randomly. See what happened. Check it out. I placed it just on this high here, and we can see in the past it just worked again. So this is a resistance trend line has become the new support trend line, and here it is another support trend line here as well. Then it didn't happen again. Let's place it somewhere else. Right here, I placed it now on this high here. We can see that this resistance has kept the position as another resistance, and so on. Let's drag it somewhere else. I will put it now randomly here, for example. Check it out. Even here as a resistance trend line, now after the breakout it became a support trend line. So the idea is, no matter how I draw it, it will be active, or sorry, it will be accurate. Let's now move to the smaller time frames, and let me do something very interesting. What I will do is I will draw the trend line from this top here to the other tops, no matter what they are. So I will draw it from this top here to the other high here, and now clone the next one like that. And what I will do, I will now draw it on this high, and I will draw another one on this high, and another one on this high, and this high as well. So let's do it. Move it all the way here like that. Now let's clone the next one and move it to this high here. I swear, guys, I just picked these levels randomly. I'm trying to convince you or to tell you how effective this style of trading is, because it's really I feel like it's a shame that most of the traders, they are not aware about how powerful is the trend lines, and it really can give you a lot of money. And let's move to this level here. Let's draw another one on this high here, on this level. So let's have more. Okay, wait a minute, like that. All right, that's enough. So the idea here, we have drawn all these trend lines from one point. The starting was from this top here, from one point, but the ending or the other point, the second point, it was randomly on any other high or higher high. So by just let me see, how can I hide these? No hiding. Okay, let me just show you guys 1 second. Where was this one? Here. Okay. What I wanted to do actually, you know what? Let me change the color then. Alright, what I want to do is I want to show you that each one of them, we can take it and put it randomly on any place, and you can see how it will actually work. What will work? What by I mean work, it means that if we have any resistance trend line here, for example, this is the trend line. If we have any resistance trend line, the very same resistance trend line, after the breakout, it will become another support trend line. Or it can actually create another attempt on the same level. So let's see. This one, I will just move it somewhere else. I will place it on this low here. Check this out. I will place it on this low. Look what happened, guys. This same support trend line has become another resistance trend line, and here as well, and here as well. It kept the position as a resistance trend line, and then it became, after the breakout, another support trend line. Very interesting, right? And remember, I'm just randomly place it on anywhere. Let's do something else. I will place it right here. I started now from this low here, and check what happened after the breakout. This support trend line has become now the resistance trend line. Then after the breakout, it became another support trend line. That is quite interesting. So it is working. It is really active no matter what I do, or no matter what level, no matter what the level I'm selecting, it is still giving you accurate results to where the support trend line or the resistance trend line is occurring. Now let's move to randomly to the next one. I will just pick this one randomly, and let me change the color so it will be easier for us to see it. Okay, so now this trend line, as you can see, we started from this high here and we place it on this low here. Now let's drag it or move it somewhere else. I will place it now on this high here, right here. So we can see the same level. It is also still a resistance trend line, and in the past it was also another resistance trend line. Now this level is not so good. Let me move it now and place it, guys, on this high here, like that. So now it is here acting as a resistance trend line, and we can see that after the breakout it is now a support trend line, and it kept the position as a support trend line. Now let's move it somewhere else. We'll move it, guys, please. I know this might be it might sound boring, but please give it the time to let me explain to you why this is so powerful. Again, we have it here as a support trend line. After the breakout, it became a resistance trend line and another resistance trend line. Then again, after the breakout, it is now a support trend line. So I believe that my point now has been clear by now. That what I'm trying to tell you is these levels are permanent. They are not temporary. So let me now delete all of these lines. So what we are saying here is these trend lines are accurate no matter how you draw them from any point to another point. This is how Forex works. So now the question, how can I use that in my day trading? The answer is you need to draw the trend lines ahead and then place it on any high or low based. Let me show you. Sorry, my friends, I had to stop the recording that day. And just now I was able to continue. I just reached home now and I want to finish the recording of this video. So the last thing the last thing I explained was explaining why the trend lines are so powerful, and they are actually working when you draw them from any high to another low. As I have explained, just drawing the trend line from this high to this high can give you equal results if you draw it from another high to another high. So from this high to this high we have a trend line. You can also drag it like that to this high. Now instead from another high, you can draw it from this high to this high, and we can see a really good results when this resistance trend line kept the position as a resistance trend line. Now after the breakout, if we have the market reversing, we can expect the market to reverse and we can place actually the buy option right here when the market reaches this point here. Now the thing is, I want to explain, after explaining the reason why the trend lines are powerful, is to explain how we can actually implement it on our day trading. So what is the way to use it? Now remember, what we are looking for is always the first attempt after the breakout. So when you have a resistance trend line, RTL, a resistance trend line, and you have a trend line like that, what you want to do is look for the first attempt. So you have to wait for the breakout to happen after this resistance trend line being breakout by this breakout candle, and the market to come down again. So this resistance trend line will now become a support trend line. So we have to place the buy option right here and hope for the market to actually reverse. That is what we are going to do, and of course vice versa. If we want to place a sell order, we have to wait a support resistance trend line, a support resistance trend line. We have to wait for a support trend line like that to be breaking out, and then wait for the market to come up again. So this support trend line after the breakout, now it will become the resistance or the new resistance trend line, and here we can actually start selling the market. So we expect it to go more down. Let me show you what we had a good opportunity that we have missed actually during before recording this video. For example, as I told you, now if we want to sell, we need to look for support trend line. So this is a support trend line. I will draw it from this low here to this low here like that. All right. So again, we have now the trend line drawn from this support trend line, from this low to this higher low. Now what you will do is you will simply drag this trend line and just place it, for example, right here. Now you need to be logic with your entry, because you have a trend line with this shape, so you want to actually move it in a way that you are actually close to the current price. And by that, look at that, guys. Please look how accurate this was. I just placed it actually on this support trend line, and we had here the breakout, as I told you. Now look what happened. The market has indeed reversed exactly on the same point. Exactly. And it gave about 6 to 7 pips. Almost 10 pips it gave of the reversal. And of course, guess what? Applying hit and run rules. If you enter here with the sell, exit with the nearest resistance, which is here, and actually your trade will be in profit, and that is a good scalping. That is what I'm talking about. Make it simple. Just don't confuse yourself. Now let's see, for example, if I place it on this, we need something of a support trend line has been broken out. What we have here is like that. We have, if we look carefully, we have here a small support. If you look carefully, I don't know if I can zoom in, hold on. Yeah, what I'm looking at is actually this tiny support here. This support here has been broken out by this bullish breakout candle. So it is a good chance when the market coming down here, we can actually buy the pair, and hopefully the market will actually go up until the nearest resistance, and we can get out with some sweet pips. I think about 5 to 6 pips of profit. That is a way of scalping. And remember, I'm doing it now on the 1 hour chart. Imagine doing this on the weekly or daily chart. You can actually have really very good results. Let me show you where a good entry could be using this style of trades. Let me just try to apply it here. For example, we have now the market is going up. Now we are high. The market now is on high level. The trend is going up. But I believe now the market, actually, if we go to the daily chart, we are on the resistance. Even 4-hour chart, we are on a resistance. So we want to look for sell. Now what we want to do is clone a support trend line like that, and now drag it all the way to a previous support. Check it out. It has already happened. Look at that. I dragged this support trend line, which I draw here, and I placed it on this support trend line, and we can see this support has been breaking out. And now when the market went more up, the sell order was very accurate right on this trend line. How crazy is that? Can you imagine how many good shots you can have if you understand, if you master this method of using the trend lines? Really, guys, you can have very good entries. I am just feeling sorry for those who say that, man, this is bullshit. Oh no, you are wasting our time. What the hell is this guy talking about? Trust me, guys, if you know how to handle this, you will be successful in trading. Because no matter what, these trend lines are actually very accurate. They can give you very good shots. Now, let me show you. What I did was drawing the trend line based from this support to this support. Now the question coming here is, Salah, you are the one who choose this support. How about if me, as a follower to you, I don't choose this one, I choose different support. For example, I choose from this from this low here to this low here, like that. Like that. Is that legit? Yes. Let's see. Now I'm doing something else. I am now drawing my support trend line based on these support levels here. Now, if I drag the support trend line, am I going to have the same results? The answer is yes. Just drag it also and put it on the same support as I did. What do you have? Same results. The same support has been, after the breakout, became also a resistance. Let's try something else. Let's look at another support. Maybe someone else will come to me and tell me, but okay, Salah, I will choose from this low here all the way to this low here. And look at what happened. Just by drawing it, it actually worked. After the breakout, this support trend line, after the breakout, we have also on the same level the market actually reversing. So it's also working, even drawing it from another support. All right, let's go more now. Let's pick another support randomly. Give me a support. Which one, guys? I will just pick, for example, from this low here to this low here, like that. From this low to this low. So these two support lines. Look what happened actually when you draw that. We have here this support trend line has become a resistance trend line. Then after the breakout, it became also another support trend line. But anyway, let's now try to drag this support trend line and see what will gonna happen. Same results, exactly the same. We are still on the same harmony. The same support trend, the support trend line after the breakout has become the new resistance trend line. So what I'm trying to tell you, no matter how you draw it, no matter how you pick your support lines or resistance levels, they are always going to work. Don't be confused. Don't think too much about it. This is gonna give you the best entry. And by the way, this is more powerful than support and resistance. Why? Because on the left we have this long wick here, this long wick here, and we want to place our sell based on the top of this resistance. So you can do like that. You can draw your resistance on this level as the resistance level. You draw your line on the top of this wick here. Then you see this breakout candle, the bearish breakout candle, and then you place your sell actually exactly on this line here. But we can see that the market went up more. The market has went up here before it actually reversed. So the trend line has given me a more accurate entry. Look at that, guys. If I draw it like that, what do we have? The trend line has given me much more accurate entry, which I can rely on to pick my entry point. So the whole idea I'm trying to tell you, using the trend line based with the support and resistance, and I swear it can give you really good results and you will not believe it. until you try it. Now, maybe in the next video I will do some more live trades using this style, but for the meantime, I really would like you, especially those who don't believe it, please give it a try. Just see yourself how accurate this style in trading and how can it give you so much good results, especially very good entries. So guys, the next video hopefully will be a live trading using this method. And until then, I hope that was informative to you and I would like to thank you for watching.